The secret weapon that every data scientist, AI engineer, and every tech person that works with data needs is pandas. And according to some figures, 80% of the data science workflow is just based on this pandas data frame. So what actually pandas is? Pandas is an open source library which is used for data analysis and data manipulation. And it offers a lot of functionalities that you can play with your own data. And we will learn all of that functionalities in this video. So let's just code. Here I am in the Google Colab and I've just opened my notebook. First of all, you need to import your pandas library. So how would you do that? You would just say like import pandas as PD. So we have successfully imported our pandas library. So the second thing that we want is our data. That what should we want to do with that data and apply our functionalities on that data. So let's just import our data. So actually the data ingestion depends on the type of data you have, whether that is in the CSV format, the JSON format, the Excel format, and many more. But the important thing is that you should have that data in the same place, in the same path that where you have this Python notebook. So both of them, your Python notebook and your data should be at the same place. If you look at my drive, so I have this pandas notebook over here and this Titanic CSV formatted file. Okay, this is Titanic data. Now if I just import the Titanic data, so how would I do that? You would just have to first define a variable in which you want to keep that file. So for example, I just want to say df, okay, simple for data frame, okay, is equal to pd dot read csv. And then that here you will have to just copy the path and paste it over here. So you will just go towards your file and just copy the path, okay, and now pass the path over here, okay. And when you run this, so now the data has been imported over here. Now if you want to see your data, so there are many ways to see your data. For example, if I just run the df, now you can see that you can see the data over here. This is the passenger id, this is arrived column p class, this is the name of that passenger, and this is the sex of that passenger, this is the age, parent, ticket, fare, cabin, etc. So all of these are the columns in the data and these are the rows of the data. So actually a formatted column and rows are called a data frame. It's simple. Now if you just want to say like I just want to see the upper four rows of this data frame or just the head of this data frame, so you will just run like df dot head, and when you run this, so you will see the uppermost rows over here, okay. And if you just want to say like I just want to see the bottom rows, you will say like df dot tail, and when you run this, you can see that these are the bottommost rows of your data, okay. And you can also pass the parameters to these. For example, if you just want to say like I just want to see the only and only first row of this column, so you will say like one. And now you just want to say like there is only and only one row over here. Simple. So now in this part we will do the data manipulation and data selection, in which you want to just you just want to select only and only a specific side of your data. For example, a specific row or a specific column of your data, you just want that to retrieve from your data frame. And you can also manipulate your data. For example, you just want to change the name of the column, etc., some sort of change it in your in your data frame. So how you can do that, we will just see in this section. For example, I just want to say like I just want the passenger ID column, or you can say that I just want the name column. I just want to retrieve out that from this data frame. So how would you do that? You would just say like df dot names. So you can see over here that we have just retrieved the column name from the data frame, okay. And now if you want to say like you just want to retrieve a specific row from your data, so how would you do? You would use the function iloc, it means that integer location. So how would you do that? For example, you just want to say like df dot iloc 0, and here is just saying that the only and only first row of your data frame. The index in Python starts from 0, okay, not from 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So actually the 1 in real life starts from the 0 in the programming language. The first row, blonde Mr. Owen Harris, is just being retrieved from the data, and now you can see it over here, okay, all of the data of the first passenger. Simple. Okay, now you just want to say like I just want to retrieve the data from the data on the on a specific condition, on certain condition. For example, if you just want to say like I just want the data of the passengers whose age is up to 40. So how would you say that? You will say like df df age equal 40. So now you can see that the only and only the 40 aged passengers are you can data is being stated over here. So this is how you can retrieve data from the data frame on specific condition or uncertain conditions. Then we have another function called the drop function, where you just want to say like you just want to drop a column that you don't want. For example, over here we have the passenger ID, which is not important in this data frame. So you just want to drop the whole column. So how do you do that? You just want to say like df dot drop. Okay, and then you will just have to put the name of that column, so the passenger ID, copy it, and then when you paste it over here, and then you will have to specify the axis equals 1, because 1 is used for the column and 0 is used for the row. Okay, and then you will just select in place equals true. What it means by in place is equal true? The in place equal true means that the changes we have made to this data frame is permanent. Okay, and when you run this, so now we have successfully run this program, and when you see your data, only and only the passenger ID column is has been removed from your data. Next, if you just want to say like the name of this name is not that much meaningful. You just want to say like I just want to rename this column name to from the name to name of the passenger. So how would you do that? You would just say like df dot rename. First of all, you have to give it in a dictionary, like where you have the keys and its values. So for that purpose, you will just say like df columns, okay, equal. I told you that you will use the dictionary. So for the dictionary, if you would say like the name should be changed into what, and here you will give the new name. So you will say like name of passengers. Okay, and when you run this, now you can see that the name over here, the column, that the passenger name column having the name is now converted into name of passengers. Now you just want to say like you want to add an entire column to your data frame. So how would you do that? You just select df dot insert, and then here you will just find your axis. So for example, I just want to select one, then you will just have to give it the name. For example, I just want to select nothing is the name of the column, and then you will have to give the values to it. So I will just provide zeros. Okay, and then when you print this, you just want to check your frame. Now you can see over here that nothing is a column that is added to your data frame, and it is having values only and only zeros. You can also create a new column from your existing columns. For example, you have age over here, and I just want to say like I just want to create another column which will having the half of this age. For example, if it is 22, it will having 11. I'm creating another column named half age, and it is just getting this column values age and then dividing it by 2. Okay, simple. When you run this, and then you just want to check your data frame, now you can see over here that the half age is just created, and it is having the values 11, which is the half of this column. Okay, so this is how you can create another column from the existing columns. For example, you are a data scientist or a data analyst, and you just want to do the data preparation or data cleaning to prepare the data for the presentation, etc. So how would you do that? So the first function we have is to just check out for NA values. I mean the non-available values or the empty values. So how would you do that? You will just select df dot is NA, okay, dot and now you will see that these are actually all of the columns in your data frame, and it's just giving you the null values that is present in your data frame. So the survive column having no null values, and actually the age column is having 177 null values. Okay, The K-bin is actually the most null values. This is 687, a lot of null values. What will you do with these null values? So first of all, you have to drop the column. If you just want to say like, I just want to drop the cabin column because it is having a lot of null values. So you will just say like df drop. You just want to check your data frame, so df dot head. Now you can see over here that the cabin column has been deleted from your data frame. Simple. Now, the second thing that you can do with your data frame, that if you just want to have to delete your null values, or you can say that you can fill your null values. So how would you fill your null values? For example, you just want to say like fill your null values with zeros, unless there will not be null values. They will have some sort of integer that is zero. Okay, so how would you do that? You would just say like a df dot fill na, and then pass the value that you just want to fill that with. So 0, okay, and in place equal to 0, okay, and then just run the na function. Now you can see over here that there is no null value in your data frame, and this is how you can get rid of null values. Now, as a data analyst, you will have to just analyze your data, that what information you can get from your data. So in order to get information from your data, I will show you some of the important functions in this library. So the first function is the describe. For example, I just want to say like df dot describe, and now this is giving me the whole summary of your data frame. For example, this arrived column count, it will give you the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum, the 25th percentile, the 50th percentile, the 75th percentile, and the maximum values. For example, in the age, we are having the maximum value 80. So it is just showing that the passenger that were on the Titanic were as old as 80. So you can also take all of the information from this data. Then we have another important function called the count. When you just want to count how many rows or how many entities are there in your data frame. So for example, if you just want to say df dot count, just saying that there is 891 rows in your column, or you just say like example or instances in your data frame. Okay. You can also do the data aggregation. So for example, I just want to say like df age, okay, and I just want to say like dot maximum. So it will just give me the maximum age that is present in this data frame, and it is saying 80. 80-year-old person was also on the Titanic. I don't know what he was doing over there. There are many functions: mean, sum, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. So all of these you can try it one by one if you want. You can also do the grouping in your data frame. For example, you just want to say like I just want to group all of data members on the basis of their sex. For example, if they are a male or a female. So how would you do that? You just want to say like df dot group by. You can see from the statistics that 81 females lost their life in the Titanic, and 233 were alive on the Titanic ship. But you can see that 168 males were dead. Only and only 109 males were alive. This is a case of gender inequality. I don't know. We have just grouped our data members. You can see from here that the 21 females didn't survive, but 233 females survived. And what about the males? Only and only 109 males survived. 168 males were dead. This is a kind of gender inequality question. Tell me in the comment section. So what I've just did over here, it is just grouping our all of the data members into specific groups, like on the basis of their sex and whether they are survived or not. According to this figure, the female 51 females were dead and 233 females were alive. But what about the males? Only 109 males were alive and 468 males were dead. Isn't this a kind of gender inequality question? I don't know. Tell me in the comment section below. Now there is another function called the replace function. in which you just want to say like, I just want to convert this male into only and only M letter, and I just want to convert the female into only F. So how would you do that? In order to do that, you'll just have to take the column that is sex. Okay, so we have just took the column that is sex, and we have just replaced the male with M and the female with F. Okay, and when you run this, and then now see your column, your data frame. Tada! Simple. The male is now converted into M, and the female is now converted into F. So simple. This was the basic functionalities and the function in the pandas data frame. I hope you just got something new in this video. To go with the more advanced and important functionalities that is present in the pandas data frame, so you can in the comment section below, and I will upload another video that is on the advanced level. Thank you and have a nice day.